Somebody is running defense for the Zapper. Hasan, Zapper, Piker. Let's see. She tried defending Hasan. It made him look worse. But Hero Hey, we're gonna look into that. I'm just yapping at this point. My brain's fried a little bit. Anyways, also if you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing. Huge help. I appreciate you. And yeah, let's take a big long look.
So another streamer has come out trying to defend Hasan, and similarly to others who have attempted this, well, her points are absolutely terrible. This is Sasha Grey, someone I wasn't even familiar with until this morning.
Abysmal dog shit. Abysmal dog shit.
When I saw this clip going around, and I guess she made a name for herself by making adult films. Yeah, and
Whore, opinion discarded. Whore, opinion discarded. Just straight up. Why is a corn actress here? The fuck? Whore, opinion discarded.
In this clip, in her attempts to run the fence for Hasan, she says a number of crazy things, such as, if you criticize Hasan, it's just Islamophobia. Which is... It's...
Phobia? You think I'm scared? Also, interesting. Now she is using his identity as a shield? Like he did at one point in time? This man is not even remotely Muslim. Sorry.
Such a desperate thing to say. And then she essentially also makes a point that I can't believe she actually said, which is, if you see a dog crying out in pain, you're supposed to ignore it. Like, what kind of person could see a dog crying out in pain and is just going to ignore it? Like, not going to feel bad for the dog, not going to check on the dog, especially if it's your own.
If my dog, I have a dog, if my dog starts whimpering, yelping, I am up on my 2 feet. I'm going to check immediately. Immediately. But I guess, selling your soul, well, that comes also with, ignoring everything else that may matter, right? Time to ignore the abuse. I guess the abused ignores the abuse.
Own dog, too, in this context. But that's the sort of stuff that Hasan's defenders are running with now. It's really astonishing. It's just making them all look so bad. Here's the clip. Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's the clip that everybody went crazy over. But when I say crazy, I mean it went crazy. Full on Islamophobia, people coming out of the woodworks.
If it was Islamophobia, people will point out that he isn't even allowed to have a dog because in Islam they consider dogs to be dirty. Anyways, I've never watched a video of her. Obviously, I don't consume corn, but I bet she sounds better slurping. Not gonna lie. Like, go back to what you originally did. No, nobody cares about your political opinion.
Calling him the F word, going completely insane, saying he was yelling at his dog. I mean, this is like, isn't this how he always sounds? So, if your dog yelps like that, I'm running over to ask if it's okay. Well, I think this is a really good teaching moment for animal owners. Did you know in most basic training guides that they say if your animal yelps like this, you are not supposed to pay attention to it. Yeah, you're not supposed to tend to the animal because then it associates that shock or that pain with the validation of human attention. So
dog walks, trips, breaks its foot. Oh, let's not check that. Let's not check that at all. Oh no, she starts yelping when you know, your dog starts yelping once it puts the paw on the floor, right? I'm not gonna check if there's something stuck in a paw. Who cares if there's like I don't know, like a piece of wood stuck in there, or like a shard from something, from like anything, right? No, don't care at all. Doesn't matter whatsoever. Get back to sucking dick, you dumb whore.
Unless your animal is severely injured where you need to tend to it and get it help. If it's something like this, that's a quick yelp, you're supposed to let it be and not engage too much.
Yeah.
Do not project how your parents treated you onto other people's dogs. Thank you. It's not our fault you called for help and your parents ignored you. Sorry. Dude, this chick makes me angry. This makes me furious. This makes me furious. That's how you can tell people. These people should never have pets whatsoever. Never. Never ever. Not once.
Yeah, so she is just so wrong about that. It is insane. Like, no, your dog doesn't need to be literally bleeding out with a severe injury for you to go check on it. Yes, even if it has like a minor injury and it yelped in pain, you should you should go check on your dog and comfort your dog. It's really astonishing that she is so wrong about this, but says it with such conviction. And you know my opinion on this stuff already. So to give you an example of someone else's opinion that is completely different from hers on like regarding Hasan showing what seems to be no care for Kaya crying out in pain, and Sasha Grey apparently agreeing with that, saying like, oh, that's what you're supposed to do. Well, I'd like to play you a part of Omni's coverage of the Hasan situation, because I think what he said here is spot on. Great take.
My thing that makes me feel a little bit weird about it, again, is if my dog yelps like that, if my animals, anything yelps like that, bro, I am literally diving. I'm going to dive at them and then cradle them for 10 minutes. My baby.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. He is right. Ami is right. Absolutely. Yeah, that is true. Yes. Most certainly. Yes. I would dive bomb towards my dog and be like, I'm going to check everything. I'm going to be petting them like for like an hour straight. What? No, true? Absolutely.
My baby. You know what I'm saying, bro? So like the fact that he kind of seems more irritated, that doesn't sit well with me. That's
what I'm saying. He seems irritating. Like he knew what he was doing and he wasn't expecting her to yelp. He pushed if it's actually, I'm pretty certain it's a chocolate. If he pressed the button, which means he expected her to be shocked. But he did not expect her to yelp, which made him seem irritated and confused.
That doesn't sit well with me at all as a pet owner. No, like when you see your animal show that kind of sign of like that barking, that kind of sadness, I feel like the first instinct is to come to them to make them feel better. My opinion.
So yeah, like I said, I think Omni made a great take there. And it reminded me of what I said also in my initial coverage of this whole Hasan incident from a few days ago. And I'll play that portion again. It's really brief, like 30 seconds right here. And then we'll move on to the rest of Sasha Grey's take.
Is from when Kaya yelped. Yeah, she yelped because she clipped herself on something when she was getting off the bed.
So he tries to make it sound like she did not actually get shocked like the majority of people seem to be saying. No, what happened, according to him, is that she clipped herself like getting back onto the bed. Hypothetically, even if he's not lying about that, it's still an extremely bizarre way of handling all this, because he didn't show any concern about her clipping herself either. I don't know in what world a caring dog owner doesn't get up from the stream and walk over to the dog and like check on the dog, even if briefly, right? Like, I'm not saying he had to spend a lot of time on it, but you think he would at least get up and be like, Kaya, are you okay? Like what happened? You know, give the dog a nice big hug or something and be sure Kaya's okay. But instead, he doesn't do that. So yeah, do you think like Omni and I are just
It's like he expected. Like it's like he's done this before.
Completely off base on this? And you know, not just Omni and I think a lot of people share the same opinion, but I'm not going to compile like everything.
The majority of people.
Here, I just happened to watch Omni's video recently, so it came to my mind. But yeah, what do you think about Omni's take, my take, and Sasha Grey's take, which we will also continue watching right now.
Same thing actually goes for dreams, by the way. If your dog is or your animal is having a nightmare, you're not supposed to wake it up, no matter how bad you feel.
Okay, let's talk about this whole dream thing really quick. First of all, I don't know why she even brought that up. It seems like she made such a...
To make it seem less worse, to strengthen her point. The previous one. The problem is that those two aren't related, so she can't really strengthen the point at all. Also, yes, I wake my dog up if she has a bad dream. I don't care. I don't care.
Terrible point with the whole, like, don't check on your dog if it's not severely injured thing. That she just randomly brings up something that's unrelated to try and sound like she's educated on this topic or something. It's just weird. Now, that said, I don't think she's wrong about this one. I've at least, like, heard that ever since I was a little kid even. Like, oh yeah, don't wake up your dog. It's having a nightmare. You know, they say, like, the dog might be confused and lash out at you or something. Well, for the record, when I still had my dog, rest in peace. Love you, bro. Great dog. Point being, when I had my dog, you know, there were a few times I thought maybe he's having a nightmare. You can just, like, tell when they're dreaming sometimes. They're, like, kind of shaky or, like, twitchy and stuff. And it's, like, concerning. But, yeah, I didn't wake him up except one time where it looked like this dude was having a real bad nightmare. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm waking my dog up. Screw that. I'm not letting him suffer through his crazy freaking nightmare.
That's me sometimes. Sometimes I just let it go, and sometimes, like, it's so severe where I'm like, nah, bro, I can't do this. If it's in the middle of the night, then I kind of don't. Then I don't care, right? I'm asleep. I'm not getting out of the bed. You won't wake me up if I have a bad dream. But sometimes, during the day, I'm like, God damn, bro.
Or, like, maybe he's dreaming about, like, being taken to the vet or something, or you know what I mean. So actually, I did wake my dog up very carefully that one time. And it's the sort of thing where it's like, sure, I heard that, like, the dog might bite you if it's having a nightmare and you wake it up, but I don't even care at this point. I'll take the bite. I just don't want my dog to suffer. But yeah, it ended up being totally fine. You know, I went over there very gently, like, said his name a few times. And then when he was, like, slowly opening his eyes and I could tell, like, oh, dude, he's fine. I like, actually pet him gently, held him in my arms gently. Was like, it's okay, bro. I'm here. Like, all's good. All's good. You good, bro. And then shortly after that, he went back to sleep. And it seemed like he was having a great sleep after that. So, I mean, it all worked out pretty dang well. Anyways, thanks.
Mission accomplished. Dog happy.
For your patience as I walk down memory lane there for a second. But returning to Sasha Gray's take, I think she says the Islamophobia stuff next. So let's continue.
Anyways, this is him showing the collar today. So the next day.
This is the one that people are talking about. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they saw. It has the capacity to vibrate. And that's it. Are you happy? That's it. Good. There's the AirTag. There's the fucking vibrator. It also has a flashlight component to it at nighttime. And it also has a tracker on it when she gets lost. If she were to actually get fucking lost.
Showing a random, it's not a random collar. If you look at the collar she's wearing in the video before and you look at the one in his hand, they look identical. And if you're going so far down the conspiracy rabbit hole that, oh, he ran to get another one and make it look identical. Nah, man. If you want to doubt, you can doubt anything. This is true. And I think that's I think that's the most common thing happening here is that people jump on the bandwagon. They want to cope because they want to see him canceled and fall because they differ in political beliefs. But man, what, like, you lose.
This is not even okay for sure. For some, it might be political. They dislike him and want this to be true for his political beliefs. But for most people, this is not even about the political beliefs. If the dog is being abused, the dog needs to get out of there, and this man needs to be banned permanently.
Lose all credit. You can hate him, you can love him, but you lose all credibility when you start with Islamophobia and the F word for somebody you don't.
Damn, cat. Crazy. Anyways, yeah, clearly, Islamophobia is when criticizing Muslim for abusing dog. What's next? What's next? This has nothing to do with Islamophobia. First of all, nobody's scared of this man. Second of all, this is about the dog. That's it.
Like, This has nothing to do with the dog. Exactly.
It's insane how many of his defenders keep like automatically like displaying such terminally online brain rot for politics that they just can't conceive that people would criticize Hasan for mistreating his dogs without having some kind of political agenda.
It's not just this clip, it's multiple clips. It's clips of previous dogs as well.
So many of his defenders have said this exact same thing. Like, no, believe it or not, there are people out there who simply just don't like what they've seen him doing towards his dog, and they're talking about it. I've even seen people who have no, like, care about political commentary even talking about the Hasan situation. People you would never expect to even ever be talking about Hasan, and they're still talking about this simply because they heard about this dude mistreating his dog, and they looked up the clips for themselves, and they couldn't believe what they saw. And so many people are talking about this now way outside of the realm of politics, but to these ardent defenders of his, they just can't conceive that everything has to be directly related to politics. So yeah, that's this
Time to get an independent vet.
Sasha Grey stuff. Let me know what you think about that. And in other news, we've got Yeet posting a new Kaya clip, and Colorgate is making waves right now. What do you think? Oh no.
Commemorative mug I got from England. Commemorative mug I got from England specifically for when I was there when he was getting commemorated.
People are saying things like, the poor dog even has to lay down a specific way. FFS, man. Hasan is evil.
Easy.
This one facetiously saying, I don't see anything wrong with this. The streamer's just giving shock treatment to his dog for not laying down the way he wants. Emerald Apple saying he totally reached over and zapped the dog for sleeping on the bed improperly. And this one saying, so this guy shocks his dog for not laying down in the correct position for the stream? Does he know that pets aren't props? So of course it is difficult to know what's going on.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He sees his dog as a prop. That's why she lays there for 6 to 10 hours.
On in that clip, for sure, because we don't see what's on his desk. But what does make this odd is both in this clip, which apparently happened before the Kaya clip that's been going viral from a few days ago now, in both that one and this one, both clips, he does seem to like move to the upper left side of his desk, seems to be reaching for something, and then Kaya moves in both clips, except in the one that went viral from a few days ago, she also audibly lets out a yelp on top of moving. And yeah, part of me does think like maybe nothing happened here, maybe it's a reach, but it really doesn't seem like it is.
He certainly was reaching.
Is. Because again, like let's play it back.
Commemorative mug.
I'm going to turn off the audio though, but like if we play this back, you can see like he literally does seem to reach for something, and he even stops talking. So I'll turn the audio on here again now, which the implication would be that like, you know, he's doing something else, right? And then at the exact moment, that's when Kaya gets up and moves. That plus all the other clips we've seen of this guy, like the tail pulling clip, the alleged shocking clip, him like glaring at Kaya and she like cowardly walks back to the bed. Clip of like Kaya going to see her mom and she's happy about that. And he's like, no, Kaya, you can't move. Like she can't even be happy and like want to see her mom without getting reprimanded by Hasan. Like taking in all the contextual stuff that we've seen around here. And this clip is also, it's just not a good look, man. So here, one more time.
From England.
I don't know, man.
Hey, so that is weird. I don't know. That is weird. He reaches for something and she gets that makes no sense. Why she would like the speed in which she got up makes no sense whatsoever.
And doesn't look good though. And then lastly, we've got a little update here on Valkyrie, who the other day was also running defense for Hasan. Valkyrie asked advice to NMP LOL and Asmongold regarding her current Reddit hate threads. Now, the comedy part here is looking at her chat when she says that she asked Asmongold for advice. The chat is just like seething. So take a look at the chat in the top left corner of this one, and yeah, here you go.
And that's okay. I messaged 2 people about LSF. I messaged Nick Polum, and I messaged Asmongold. I asked both of them. I was like, hey, I don't really use Reddit a whole lot, but like, do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea if I respond to a post and be like, oh, I understand where you guys are coming from. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I should have definitely like spoken about it differently.
Asmin is not. I would put that man at least for his like societal takes more on the left. But okay, what do I know? What the fuck are we doing?
Love how within seconds there's even a chatter being like, Asmongold, that guy's a Nazi. It's just so pathetic, bro. It's good for entertainment at least, but like, my gosh, these people are just a hive mind. I wonder.
It's not good for entertainment. You know why? I'm gonna quote Shoe on Head here. They don't kill you because you're a Nazi. They call you a Nazi so they can kill you. Giving somebody the Nazi stamp is automatically giving it up for getting basically an invitation for shooting them, which is why I don't find this funny anymore. That's the problem. It is crazy. This is not even funny anymore.
What the next word they're gonna water down is. So they watered down racist, homophobe, transphobe, fascist. Now they're watering down Nazi. I would say it's even watered down at this point.
It's more watered down than any other
point. So who knows what they'll pick next, but for now they're still on calling everyone a Nazi.
And both of them reassured me that it's a good idea to not, because I know they're like they're Reddit people, so I was like, they both said, they're both very nice, and they both said, yeah, don't respond, it's not a good idea. Yes, Asmongold and Nick Pollum, because I know those are like the two people that I know like participate in Reddit stuff a lot. So I got some.
So I just find it funny how like at one point, what was it, like 80% or even 90% of the chats on screen there were people just like crashing out over Asmongold. Look,
so let me get this straight. She's just asked for help. And her retarded viewers, which they're all of them are straight up retarded, most of them at least, probably, just immediately lost their mind. What the fuck are we doing?
Ultimately, all Valkyrie had to do was not make a terrible take where she was comparing people, criticizing, excuse me, let me rephrase. She was essentially saying that you can't criticize Hasan for this. Why are you so concerned about a dog when there's a genocide going on in Palestine? Which was just...
There's churches being burned in Nigeria. Why would I care about Palestine? Like, shut the fuck up. Like, somebody could be saying, like, my dog passed away, and some of these virtue signaling motherfuckers, because that's what they are, would jump in and be like, but what about Gaza? And I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. This makes me care less about Gaza. If I say my dog died and you come in and yap about Gaza, I'm gonna straight up tell you I don't care. That I would care a lot less then automatically. Can we not?
Such a bad thing to say. So yeah, hopefully she's had some character development since then and realized that was like a really bad take.
She did not.
And for anyone who didn't see it, I'll just play like that portion of it. It's just like 10
She did not. She apologized for DMing Asmongold.
seconds long for the context, if you haven't seen what I'm talking about.
Yes, I have seen the Kaya stuff. It's kind of crazy. You would think that this kind of outrage, we would have seen it towards like the genocide and stuff, but you know, this priorities in this world are not where they should be.
This actually relates to what we were talking about earlier in this video. I mean, obviously the Hasan stuff does, but I'm talking about how his defenders can't talk about this topic without trying to link it to politics somehow. It's as if their default state of mind just has them instantly try to virtue signal about something to deflect from the actual issue that's being discussed at hand. But as I said earlier, hopefully she's had some character growth from all this.
It's a way to deflect from Hasan's bullshit, right? That's just what it is.
Yeah, I guess I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think about all this stuff in the comments, and hope you've had a great weekend. Let's also have a great week ahead.
These people are, and I'm gonna keep this very briefly, incredibly retarded. And that's all there is to it. I do not understand how you could make the points they're doing here, especially like the corn star right there, huh? Wow. I can't take her opinion seriously, simply because she probably sounds better sucking D than anything else, to be fair. At this point, should have stayed there. And Valkyrie has no spine. That's really it. Yeah, she has no spine. That's really it. That's really it. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, and subscribe. Take care.